The title of the article I am presenting today is called E Pluribus Unum, which is Latin for out of one many. This might be familiar because it is also located on our nation's seal, and the meaning of this is there is one problem that's facing America, which is education, and to that problem there are many solutions. So in this article there are two main viewpoints. One is Deborah Meyer, who is the founder of the New York City Central Park East Schools and author of The Power of Their Ideas, Lessons from America from a Small School in Harlem. The other one that's for having a unified curriculum for schools is Chester E. Finn Jr., and he's a senior fellow at Stanford Hoover Institution, and he's senior editor of Education Next. So it comes down to one question that this article faces. Should the United States have a national curriculum? There's only two answers, either no or yes. If you're supporting the idea of having a national curriculum, one of the reasons why is that ensures that each child will get a quality education. Even if the teacher isn't really doing their job, they still have to follow protocol and follow certain jurisdiction guidelines and rules so that they will teach their subject correctly. Also, it will present equality within the school classroom, which will therefore cause students to want to learn more and get better test scores from their teacher. Also, all basic material is covered and is joined with a national standard of proficiency. Some positive things about having a national curriculum is it gives teachers guidelines to follow, so teachers can still go off a little bit, but they need to follow these guidelines and be more strict so that the students are getting the best education they can. Also, it would only be given in core subjects like English, science, history, and math. If you're against having a national curriculum, some of the reasons why would be because testing. Teachers would focus more on testing a child than actually teaching a child. This is a problem that we're facing right now, is everyone's looking more at the details and at all the paperwork instead of the actual child that is learning. Also, it provides room for biased views. So the people that are in charge of making the national curriculum can put in their political viewpoint or can put in different educational tidbits that they deem necessary, which others won't. So it creates a biased view. Also, it takes away from true educational moments because teachers will be so focused on trying to have each child make a test or make good grades that they won't care whether the child is learning or not. They just want the details and they want the outcome to be better than if the child is actually learning. Also, teachers can't use recent events to teach a certain lesson. So say they wanted to teach about our government or campaigning or politics, they could use the election of 2012 between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. If they wanted to teach a science lesson, they could use natural disasters that are happening all around the world, like a hurricane or a volcano. They could also teach about finance through the financial crisis that our country's in. All of these lessons have more of a personal note, and so it would teach a better lesson to the students so that they would be able to understand more. When I was reading this article, one of my favorite quotes that I found was actually given by Deborah Meyer, and she said, "The core purpose for the public education system is that it prepares people for public life." That's the key to a public education, is it's preparing our future to go out into the world. Like, we're preparing students to survive in the real world. We're preparing them to know how to pay taxes, know how to buy a house, know how to pay insurance, why they pay insurance, how to vote. We're the ones that control that. We're the ones that ultimately have the future in our hands, have their future in our hands. One of the things that not having a national curriculum would do, it would teach our students not to have 5 habits of mind, which is basically just questioning. So what these questions are how do you know what you know? What's the nature of your evidence? How credible is it compared to what? Number 2 is there are often perspective. Are there other perspectives? What affects our points of view? How otherwise might this have been seen? The number 3 are there patterns? Are there patterns there, a sequence, a theory, a cause-effect? Number 4, could it be otherwise? What would happen if? Number 5, who cares and why does it matter? So these questions are important that our students ask because, you know, everyone wonders why are we learning this in class? Like, why is it a big deal? And so I think that these questions cause our students to think, and that through this article, I think that we should make our students want to learn and make our students want to be better people. So it comes down to one question. What do you choose?